Hello friends, it's Julie. It is Thursday and today is Angel Message Day, but I just was in a really deep meditation and something came out of that I want to share with you. I feel like this is information that you need and that your angels want me to bring through. So that is what I am sharing with you today. So while I was deep in this meditation, what came out was our relationships with people who we feel we're supposed to be close with. So there are people who you're going to go through life with that you have your ups and downs with. There are people who have different energetic vibrations than you do that you want to be closer with, but it just never seems to come together that way. These might be people in your immediate family. This might be people in your extended family. This might be friends that you have. You know, they say reason, season, or lifetime. And sometimes we don't understand why friends disappear like they do. But there are different energetic vibrations that every single person in this world holds. You hold an individual energetic vibration. And I heard it described to me one time as, think of it like a symphony or like an orchestra. When the orchestra plays certain sounds, it flows, it sounds harmonious and beautiful, and you want to hear that delicious music. But if you were to play certain instruments together at different notes, it might sound horrific and terrible to the ear and something that you don't want to be around, right? It's just vibration. All the sound is simply vibration. So when some vibrations flow together, they're in alignment, they're harmonious, it's so great, it's so yummy, you can feel it. You feel like it's just what's meant to be. But then there are also those times in your life where I was just talking about where you want that flow to happen. You want there to be harmony between you and another person. You want to be closer to that person, or maybe you wish that they could be what you needed them to be, but they're just not. So what happens is a lot of times we hold this expectation of, well, they'll get there one day. One day they will be what I need them to be. But in the long run, what that does is set us up for hurt, that maybe that person is never going to be what we need them to be. And we just need to accept them as they are in this moment right now. There's another way to deal with this energy, because what I see with my clients is that when you're holding this energy of expectation, energy of wanting another person to change, energy of needing something, needing some form of safety or security or friendship or love from another person that you feel you should be close to, when you're not getting it, something happens within your body. This other vibration comes in of hurt, of pain, of grief, of sorrow. And you can feel it in the heart chakra. And sometimes people carry it into other places in their body and they store it in those places within their body. One of the tools that I give my clients to work with is to connect with the higher self of the person you are feeling this way about. So let's say you have a friend and you don't know why that friend hasn't been there for you. You guys were so close at one point. You really connected and gelled, but then something happened and you just had it. And then something happened and it just hasn't been the same ever since. Well, you're going to feel that pain within your heart chakra. You're going to feel that pain. And what do you do with that pain? a lot of times, and what most people do, is they stuff it down. They don't deal with it. They don't look at it because it hurts. Instead, what I want you to do is allow yourself to feel the pain. Allow yourself to see you communicating with that person's higher self. So let me back up here a little bit so that you understand exactly what I mean. The higher self is the omnipresence of your soul, the piece of you that is in heaven while you are here. So remember how we've talked about the soul is like a droplet. If God is the entire ocean, all of the water here on earth, all the lakes, the rivers, the oceans, the air and the water in the atmosphere, if God is all that water, every single soul is one droplet. Now, the other thing that the angels show me is that one droplet is omnipresent, just like God is. So you can take that droplet and break it up into individual little micro droplets, right? And that is your soul. A part of your soul is here on earth. A part of your soul is in heaven. A part of your soul might be doing work on the other side. A part of your soul might be attending to other people's spirit teams and helping other people from the other side. What you need to know for the purpose of this is that your soul is omnipresent and you can connect with the higher soul of anyone else that you want to connect with on the other side. So if you're having difficulty with somebody, I'm not telling you to 100% just deal with their higher self. We have to be direct with people here and we have to have conversations. But a lot of times those conversations, we have to step lightly to avoid triggering the egoic mind within somebody else. We might have to say things more gently and more lightly so that the egoic mind doesn't roar its head and lash back out at us, right? And so we can have those direct conversations knowing that what we want maybe isn't going to get resolved 100% through just one conversation with somebody, right? Maybe we don't get the results that we wanted at all or the outcomes that we wanted at all through those conversations. What do you do with the energy that you're feeling then? You give it to the other side. And what you can do is ask God to open up your heart and to take that pain energy from your heart chakra, from your mind, from any other place within the body that it's being stored. The other thing that you can do is sit down in meditation or in prayer and connect with that person's higher self. So let's go back to the example of your friend. You're dealing with a friend who you were very close to at one time, but the friendship isn't quite now what it used to be. You can connect with that person's higher self, see them stepping forward. A lot of times you might see them, if you're a visual person and you see with images within your mind's eye, you might see them come through as somebody in their 20s, late 20s, who's just the most stunning version of that person, okay? And what you want to do is ask for their higher selves time. Do you have time to sit with me and to talk with me about this, because I'm hurting and I need to feel your energy. I need to connect with you on this. And then sit down with them and sit down with their higher self. You're seeing it within your imagination, okay? And some people call it your mind's eye, but really the imagination is the tool that we all use to create. The imagination isn't something for children. The imagination is something that we all hone and use to create the lives that we want. So it is through the imagination that every healer, every medium, every psychic taps into the other side. They're tapping into a wavelength through the imagination where they can reach the other side and connect with people there to bring forth the messages that are needed now. So connect with their higher self, ask to sit down with them, talk to them, and with the higher self, you don't have to take anything lightly. You don't have to go mild with the conversation. What you can do is just be completely open and honest. And if you need to drop some F-bombs, drop some F-bombs. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to yell and scream, do it. Just allow what's in your heart, all of the emotion, to boil up to the surface and to get it all out. Because the higher self doesn't have the egoic mind. It doesn't have an ego, and it can handle anything that you need to throw its way. But what you want to do is, after you unleash all of the pent up emotion from within your body, then you need to say, I'm asking for some resolution. I would love it if our friendship went back to where it was. Can you show me? Can you explain to me why it isn't where it once was? Can you show me what you need in your physical being, where you are here on earth right now? How can I be a better friend to you? Ask these questions to get to a point of resolution. How can you come back together? Sometimes the question is simply, can we come back together at all? Or is this something that I need to let go? Is this an expectation that I'm holding within my heart that is never going to be met? And if that's so, please tell me how to best handle the situation so that I can release it from my heart and move on. Doing this work with the higher self of other people allows you to release all of that pent up energy within yourself so that you're not storing it within your body. Because when you don't deal with that pain energy within your body, what happens is that that's where other issues start to manifest and come out. Maybe it's a foot pain of plantar fasciitis. Maybe it's some knee pain. Maybe it's pain in the sciatic. Maybe it is pain in your shoulders. Maybe it's pain in the chest. People store energy in all different places within the body. And yes, there are different things that can make that pain worse. Maybe it's the way that you're seated at work all day long, but it's like a double whammy when you're holding your emotional junk in that space as well. Because what happens is you're just not helping it. If you're in a position where you're seated at work and you're going to get some pain from that eventually over time, and you're bringing in and storing emotional pain within your body and it's going to that area, let's say it's the sciatic, it's like just this double whammy of pain energy in that area. Now remember, this isn't just friends. This can be family members. Sometimes we want something more from a family member. We need them to be closer to us. We need to enjoy their presence more. We need more love around us. You can connect with the higher self of anyone that you need to connect with. And by talking to them, by unleashing your emotions, by really saying all the things that you need to say to them here, but perhaps you can't, it allows that energy to be broken up and freed. It allows it to dissipate from the body so that you're not storing it within the body, that you're releasing the heaviness within your body so that it doesn't get tighter and tighter and build up and compact over time, which is what leads to a lot of chronic problems, a lot of chronic pain within the body. So this is a great tool to use. It is something that you can do when you go into meditation, get into a meditative state, whether it's just for a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then ask to connect to the higher selves and of the people that you need to talk to and go through it then. Or what you can do is, if you're more a prayer person or a more writing person, you can pray. And you can ask God to bring forth the higher self of that person so that you can connect with them. If you're a writer, you can sit down and you can write all of this out. You can write out what you're seeing. You can write out bringing forth the higher self. You can write out questions to the higher self, and you can do automatic writing to bring forth what they have to say. I hope that this helps you. Remember, it's not a total solution. This does not get you off the hook from being a direct communicator with other people who are here on earth with you. You do have to have those direct conversations, but a lot of times those direct conversations don't allow us to say fully what we want to say. We say it in a lighter way. And what I encourage you to do is be as direct and bring through as much honesty as you can. But again, we have to do it in a tactful way so that we don't hurt the relationship. Please connect with me on Instagram, over on Facebook, to let me know how this goes for you. I'm over at both of those places, and you can find me at Angel Podcast, just the @ sign and then Angel Podcast. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that I don't ask you to support me through Patreon because I have so many people book sessions, and that's how I keep this podcast going. So if you want to book a 25-minute reading or a 55-minute reading, or if you want to book an energy healing treatment session, I do all of those for people across the country, a lot of people in Canada and around the world. If you would like to get a reading or an energy healing treatment, just connect with me. I do all of those via phone, Skype, FaceTime, and if you're in Illinois, I have a Naperville office location. So if you could support me by booking a session, that would help so much. It allows me to continue putting this information out there in order to help as many people as I can. Also, the podcasting algorithms really just base your podcast success off of the number of reviews that you get. So when you leave a positive review and it says, "Great podcast," even if it's really short like that, it really doesn't matter. It helps so much because then it boosts you up in the system. And the Angels and Awakening podcast is shown more places so that other people can get this information so that they can connect with us and hear it. So thank you so much to everybody who has left a review and given us 5 stars. The 5 stars really help as well. So if you haven't, please, just on iTunes, look down where it says reviews, and there you're going to see 5 stars. Make sure that you click on all 5 stars and not just one. And if you do have time, leave a positive review. It helps so much. Everybody, I hope you open up your hearts to all of the unexpected blessings that your angels, your guides, your loved ones are trying to bring through to you right now. They love you so much. And if you could just feel the magnitude of what love feels like to them, you would literally be blown away. It is just so intense that you almost can't help but cry because it's just so powerful. And that is how much they love you. Your guides, your angels, your loved ones, God, they are always there to support you through everything. You have free will here, though. They need you to ask for help when you want help. The more you ask for help, the more they can do for you. So open up your heart, allow all of the blessings that they're bringing to you to flow through your heart chakra, and manifest into being here in the physical world. Everyone, I love you so much. They love you so much. I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful weekend. I am sending much peace, bliss, and many, many blessings to you, my friends.